Oh, just 1 second.
Oh, yeah, start recording.
Not so easy, isn't it yet?
Oh, just 1 second.
It's trippy.
Also, can people on Zoom turn their cameras on if possible, please? If you're a director. Thank you.
Hey everyone.
Hello. Are we waiting for? Or are we recording? Pardon?
Press it.
We're good, okay, perfect. All right, I would like to call this meeting to order. We acknowledge that the Newport Laurier Student Union operates on the traditional territory of the neutral and Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee people. The only regret I have is Director Rubinoff, he's in class until 6:50, so if the meeting goes longer than planned, he might show up, but probably not. Does anyone have any conflicts of interest to declare? No? All right. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda as presented? Motion by Director St. George, second by Director Lehecka. All right. Is there any discussion on the matter? No? All right, we can move into voting. All those opposed? All those abstaining? And all those in favor? Vote passes 0-0 to 11. Moving on to comments from Chair of the Board and CTO. First off, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who came out to the Get Involved Fair. I know that we're all pretty busy with our other clubs and stuff, so I appreciate everyone who's helped out with the board's booth. Yeah, Brantford Fair was really great. And the vice chair were there. It was, I think we met some good people who I think might run next year. So it's exciting. And yeah, and then Waterloo's obviously that. I don't know if you guys were there for that, but we all know what happened at Waterloo. But no, we did meet some good students in Waterloo as well, and some of them do seem interested in running next year. Yeah, also, just if we do boothing events or like board dinners or something, if you guys could just message me if you can't make it. I didn't hear from some people about our booth, and like being a director, having the students vote you in, you need to like make the board a priority. So I just appreciate if you guys can message me if you can't make it to events or something. Yeah, just so I'm not wondering if you're gonna come or not. And yeah, oh yeah, also, I had some questions about doing a board dinner. So probably, it'll be before or after the next meeting. Once we figure out what that meeting will be, then we can set, a time for that. And we'll figure out the meeting later in this meeting. So we'll go into that. Next, does anyone have any questions or anything? All right, so we'll move on to comments from the president and CEO.
Oh, nice to see most of you in person for the first time. Orientation went really well on all 3 of our campuses for the first time ever. Milton orientation was last week. It was just 1 day, but it was a pretty good event. Myself, Phil, and a couple other staff were down there, so it's neat to see that campus actually have students on it. We had really solid engagement on both of our larger campuses throughout the week. Huge shout outs to our program and services staff, our O teams, and our icebreakers as well. Largely a successful week without those folks. We met with the new registrar last week, as well as the vice president of advancement and external relations, talk about some stuff going on. And then an intro meeting with the AVP EDI next week to get her up to speed on kind of all things student union and get to know her a little bit. Working to finalize some stuff with the Greek Life Council as well to support their affiliate organizations. We signed that MOU back in May, but working out the details on the books are back on students, working pretty closely with our partners in the Dean of Students office on that front as well. Still waiting to officially see the student affairs external review that Phil and I have mentioned a couple times. From the sounds of it, the school's looking to conduct a senior student affairs officer search within the academic year. David McMurray, the current VP Student Affairs, has been extended beyond the end of the calendar year until that new person can start. Working with the VP team to start some student engagement work. That'll hopefully kick off on Thursday. We're aiming to do something weekly to try to connect with students a little bit more outside of the office. And then Phil and I attended an Advancement 101 workshop last week with leaders from the development area as well as student affairs to hopefully get the student affairs development portfolio running. Victoria Joseph was hired last year to that role, but was on maternity leave for 11 months or so. something like that. So it's been in the role
Your
now,
math
kind
adds
of,
up.
yeah, been in the role working now for a couple months, so good to see that work up and running. And then the policy work that we've mentioned a couple times as well continues with a particular focus on our volunteer facing policies with Sarah Hudson in her portfolio. As of now, Ian's taking the lead on all things policy for the Students' Union, so he's been a great help there. And then our programming services, Waterloo folks are working on some possible homecoming programming, so I'm excited to see what that might look like. But that's big picture where it's going on in my world right now.
Perfect, thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Ben? Alright,
Cool.
good thing that orientation all worked out, that's good. Yes. Alright, we can move on to comments from the executive director and COO.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add. Ben's was pretty comprehensive of what it's been like over the last 3 to 4 weeks since we last spoke. I would like to welcome all the students back to campuses. It was exciting to kind of be a part of the Milton campus. Very small but mighty. And they've got some cool furniture ideas that we may have to poach for our own here in the 2-4 lounge as the equipment that's in here starts to kind of degrade. Some of the rooms that are in there are past their life. So it's exciting to see some potential opportunities as to what that could look like moving forward. But that stuff is not cheap. So maybe next year we'll call it. We'll see. Other than that, the biggest thing on my plate right now is the stuff that we'll talk about in camera with facilities asset management. It is the headache that won't go away.
I just have some questions. So Daniel sent me a couple questions that he had for either one of you. I'm not too sure. You guys can figure out how to answer it. The first one was why didn't the AC change rooms get renovated? Were they in the first phase of the renovation project?
If I'm remembering our conversations with Kate and Craig Bristol correctly, there's a very short supply of lockers in the open market, so they were working on it, and there's a significant back order to get lockers in that space.
There's basically one company that does the work that they're looking to be doing, and so they kind of control the timelines for that stuff. I made a lot of jokes last year, for example, about doors being the industry to be a part of. Same thing with lockers. So everything's kind of on back order and delay.
But things are ordered, like
But
works?
it's in the
Okay.
works, just very slow going.
And then, all right, also, he had a question about the Get Involved Fair. He was just wondering like why were the capacity issues dealt with before, like, and I didn't see that it's gonna happen. And then, just asking because many students probably didn't get to make it inside and it's the boots.
Yeah, so that, the AC was a rain plan, so the plan, like last year, was to be all throughout campus. The call when the AC was made late the day before, so short notice, we did everything we could. And then, yeah, some on the fly pivoting with our staff, which huge shout out to those folks and a lot of the other team members that helped out as well. But yeah, it was just kind of short timelines for the most part.
A lot of people actually come to check, come to sit outside and we actually like go in and out, but some person like the students that. But the one question I want to ask you, why do you have their running new parents operate? Because like there's like this huge like complex of agreements, or for you these are campus and campus and like that's like a complex. That way you have to students. And then after you just like maybe the I can stay outside and you go out back. Stuff like that.
Yeah, so University Stadium Gym is a smaller facility than the AC gym, so the field itself could have been an option, but we were trying to do it indoors, which would kind of be out front. With the in and out piece, admittedly, we didn't have much control over the in and out. Once special constables got on site, they controlled a lot of the in and out piece. I know there were some communication lapses throughout the day, but we did our best to try to communicate that with those folks. We know it was frustrating for students, and it was frustrating for us as well at some points, but did the best we could. And then I know our director of student experience, Jason, has had conversations with his staff and with me as well about what a future rate plan could look like to make use of multiple campus buildings. I would just rely on one, but that'll probably be the orientation debrief that those folks will go through the next couple weeks.
I'm also just wondering like when did the rain plan get inputted? Like how far in advance was the gym plan?
So the gym gets booked as a rain venue, and alternate rain venues get booked early on in the or in the summer, sorry. Wanted to say season there, but ultimately the call to actually make that move was made late Thursday. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, like,
Thursday night. And it wasn't until special constables were on site. They're part of that planning process. I can never remember what SHRM stands for, but they're the risk management folks. They're also part of that planning process. And it was just ultimately a bunch of oversights. They do have a meeting on the books, I believe, on Wednesday to kind of circle back and figure out exactly how we got where we got and ultimately how we can kind of do a better job moving forward. It was definitely a collaborative misstep, and for sure we'll take responsibility for our part in that.
I was helping on the site during the traffic, and I had a lot of students come up to me and ask if there'll be like, if they're gonna do another fair in the future, maybe a day when the weather is nice, so like. There's a lot of students are able to tell them, so like, will you guys do in the future again, so that you can have another opportunity possibly?
yeah,
I don't know
as,
how that works, I'm just.
it's an idea that's been floated amongst the staff team as well. I think it will take us some time to figure out what that could look like, what goes behind it, and if we all get back from orientation. A lot of our inboxes and workloads were pretty piled up from last week, so trying to work through the backlog and we can have kind of conversations about what next steps look like. I know last year, the clubs department did a winter clubs fair, so that could be a possibility, if we wanna wait until then, or doing something in the short term. That's probably something that those folks will chat about in the next couple weeks and figure out what a longer term vision looks like for that piece.
I also get all there. When I was filling out the form to like get clubs, like to get your club in for fair, it asked like how students can like join your club or how like your club affects students, but then there was like a lot of vendors there. So I'm not too sure why the vendors were at the info fair. Just doesn't make sense.
But to my understanding, those folks pay to be there. So it's a revenue stream for the student union. There's a sponsor section out in when we do outdoors as well. So it's a revenue point to try to pass the orientation budget a little bit. Jeremy's not a large portion of the get involved fair, but it's something that's generally included every year.
Okay. Does anyone have any more questions for benefit? All right, so you can move on into the direct inspection committee election. So we're doing an election for EL2B treatment of staff and two city board members code of conduct. Those are both included in the agenda package. Yeah, and if possible, we'll probably just do the same committee people for both. So does anyone want to nominate themselves or someone else to be on this committee? Yeah, it's different for each policy, yes, yeah. Yeah, it changes each. So you've already been on. Any of you guys been on a drug inspection committee? No? Alright, and need one more. Alright, Rachel, how do I do stand? And Director has to do stand. Perfect. Right, we just need two. That's two directors plus. Okay, so can I get a motion to elect Vice Chair Howard Michael and Director to the direct inspection committee election for our direct inspection committees for EL2B treatment staff and GP2C board members code of conduct. Motion by Director Shetro, seconded by Director Solo. Is there any discussion on the matter? All right, we can move into voting. All those opposed? All those abstaining? And all those in favor? Vote passes 0-0 to 11. I'll let you guys Okay, all right, moving on to fall semester meeting schedule. So, before this meeting, I was thinking Monday nights, but it also came to my attention that Thursday nights could also be a possibility. Does Thursday nights work for you, Thursday nights,
How late are we talking?
like 7, start at 7?
Oh, I won't be able to do it Thursday.
When are you available to?
I could do it Monday. Just before.
Oh, there you go. Monday, can't be Thursday, all right, back to Monday night. Where does Monday night work?
Monday night does work as long as like, I know a lot of like John's in the room, as long as we have Monday night
It would-
meetings.
yeah,
So as long as it's
earlier,
before
it's just- yeah.
10 o'clock. or-
Yeah, we are, yeah,
Perfect.
okay.
That week, 6 at this time, I don't even know.
Yeah, so that's the other thing is that, Nicole has class at 7 on Mondays and Daniel has class until 7 on Mondays. So, I don't know, we can like alternate, like, one week we start the meeting at 6, the next week we start at 7. And if that's something you're okay with, just the same. Okay, just because I don't think there's any other,
Is there like a date, like almost like afternoon time that works possibly, like?
I mean, like, I can do whenever, like, I can make it anytime. Oh, actually, on Mondays and Wednesdays, I actually make 12:32 for this recently, so I can't do that, but any other time, except
We have 12 from 9 to 5.
right, that's
So,
true.
Yeah, I can only do after.
All right. Well, the grant for directors, do you guys have anything to say?
In terms of the meeting schedule,
Yeah, does Monday nights work for you guys?
so I think me and Director Gachesa were both on we both are on co-op terms. So anything like after like 6 is feasible for us.
Okay, sounds good. Do you guys just like that?
I was just gonna say, because like on Monday nights I meet another meeting at 8 p.m. So like,
What meeting's that for?
it's for today is for the info session, but usually I have my SIB meeting, sustainability and business meetings
Okay.
on Monday night.
And that's like that's a con?
Yeah.
Okay. So the only thing is the board is supposed to be like your first priority as a club, just because you're voted in by the students. I don't know if Phil, do you want to like reiterate or just talk about it?
Yeah, ultimately, like, the expectation is that this is the priority for overall, except for classes. Classes don't count. Classes are your priority. And then ultimately the top extracurricular priority, we would hope that because students voted you in, that this would be your priority. And ultimately, anything else would kind of be rescheduled in and around it. I know that Gabby's doing a great job to try to kind of accommodate as many people as possible, but there does need to be some flexibility if it is extracurricular in nature.
All right, so with that, I think Monday night. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, how about we just have like a let us meet schedule, posted, or try that?
I think we know like where people aren't available. And Monday is like the easiest one, it's just Daniel's class at 7 and class at 7. So that's like the only conflict, it's just figuring out like you said you're fine missing. Okay. All right, so I think what we're gonna do, if you guys are okay with it, do like one meeting, of like in a week at 6 on Mondays, and then the other week would be at 7. Is that something you guys are fine with? They shouldn't go longer than 2 hours if they do you guys. All right, and you're okay with that?
Yeah.
And then the fall, or the winter schedule might be different depending on classes. All right. So, all right, so the next meeting would be September 23rd. We can make that one at 6 p.m.
Next week I have duty shift that is at 8, so I would.
You have
prefer to be-
the 7th, you have?
The 30th, I have a do not shift at 8, so.
Do you have, if they're every second week though? So whatever. Do you have anything else?
So 7 is good for.
Okay, so the 23rd will be at 6. If possible, can you guys make a board dinner before, we can do before or after the 23rd? Do you guys have class like close to 6 on the 20th, like on Mondays? No, you do? Okay, so the board dinner for the one on the 23rd will probably be after the meeting. That's okay with. I'll send an email about that. Probably around maybe like 7:30, depending on what meeting that is done. And then, okay, October 7th will be at 7 p.m. Alright, and the 21st will be at 6 p.m. And then November 4th will be at 7 p.m. And the 18th will be at 6 p.m. Then December 2nd will be at 7 p.m. And then we'll put the 16th or 16th for now. Obviously depends when the exams are and stuff, but we'll just put it as a placeholder for now at 6 p.m. on the 16th. And then we'll just go from there when you guys, when you have the exam schedules. All right, does that work for everyone? Is that okay? Okay. Okay, and then also one of these meetings, should be in Brantford. So, you guys have like a preference at what time we can go to Brantford? If you can't make it, that's fine. It's technically like per the policies, we're supposed to have a meeting in Brantford. So whoever can come to Brantford, probably not the dawn, you guys have to be back at a certain time. Yeah,
Would there be like transportation provided too?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, so last year, how we did it with Megan came, like she drove a rental car, I'm not too sure, if Ben, you would wanna come to part of it.
Yeah, happy to. We'll just ask that it's not November 4th then, because I'll be off that day.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
any of the other ones should work.
Okay, okay. So you. Yeah,
Are you guys sending this also to you, let's just
yeah, I think Jenna might send all the invites after. Yeah, you'll get the calendar invite sent to you. Okay, so we should probably do a 7 p.m. one for the Brantford, just because then you pass to 5:30, so that we would be in touch with that. Okay, so
Do you know exactly where in Brantford the meeting would be held? Like which building or room?
yeah, most definitely.
Usually in the student center boardroom.
Okay. I think that's in One Market, right?
No, it's in the student center. The Brantford Student Center, 104 Darling.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. I don't think I've been in that building.
Darling and George.
We can like
Darling George. Okay.
bring you there if you don't know where to go.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, so, as October 7th, okay, I'm just thinking like we probably want to drive in the snow. So, if October 7th, we're fine. For everyone, if you can make it to Brantford. Yeah, okay,
So it'll be October 7th, what time will we be there?
after the class, so probably around 5:30. Yeah, it only takes like 50 minutes, like an hour to get there. So if your class done at 5:30. We get there at, sorry. Yeah, your class is at 5:30, we get there at 6:30. We can have dinner in Brantford at the Belmont there. How we did last year, we like pre-ordered food or food ready for us. And then we can probably start our meeting at like 7:30. We could make it a shorter meeting and then be out of there probably by like 8:30. And then be back to work. I also have this class. Perfect. Yeah, and obviously the Dawns, you guys can't make it, you can make it.
Yeah.
And you don't.
No,
Okay.
we're not just-
Okay. And-
Yeah, I was just gonna say like Monday night meetings start at 10.
So,
Oh, I totally
Yes.
forgot about those, oh, yeah.
and I'm assuming those are in person.
They're in person.
But they return till 10. So whoever
Yeah,
wants-
exactly, so if we're done by 8:30.
Yeah, we can make the agenda a little shorter. And
And we can run our lunch, it's no big deal, we're like.
you can this one because of that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, all right, yeah, we'll send out more info about that closer to the date, and obviously like information about the rental car and like where we're gonna meet and stuff. But yeah, just like a heads up that October 7th, I will be in Brantford, at least I'll be going to Brantford. For a minute. All right, yeah, and then next, or on the 23rd, September 23rd, we have our board dinner, and after the meeting, I'll send an invitation for that. All right, so I think we have to vote on the dates that we've chosen. You have to like say the actual dates, can I just, yeah? And.
You did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, can I get a motion that the board of directors adopt the fall semester meeting schedule, which includes meeting on September 23rd at 6 p.m. October 7th at 7 p.m., which will be the breakfast meeting. October 21st at 6 p.m. November 4th at 7 p.m. November 18th at 6 p.m. December 2nd at 7 p.m. and December 16th at 6 p.m. Okay, motion by Director Blumenfeld, seconded by Director Udall. Any discussion on the matter? All right. We're moving to voting. All those opposed? All those same? And all those in favor? So it passes 0-0 to 11, or 0-0 to 11. All right, moving on to the Board of Governors by-election. All right, so for this one, is there really, like last time we said, we have like a policy with the option that we could do? Or is the only option where they just have the nomination packages and then bring them to the board?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so there is an open space on the Board of Governors, which if you don't know, it's the like committee that oversees like the university's finances. So, what we're gonna, if you're available, we're gonna have the candidates fill out nomination packages, so same way that we need to fill out our nomination packages. And then, we'll have them come to the board, we'll give them like a couple minutes to introduce themselves, and then we can ask them questions, and then they're like closing remarks, so, yeah, that's kind of how that would work. You guys have any questions about that?
Sorry, this is not elected by the students, right? It's just board?
So normally like it is during the student union election, like when we're nominated or elected. But for some reason there's an opening, I'm not too sure if someone left or what happened.
Position has been resigned. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, so someone resigned, so now when it's like a by-election, the board decides who will become the candidate. It's the same with the Senate as well.
So
So we have to like approve the process to start, like to set up the nomination packages so that people can apply. It'll probably be, I don't know how long the time frame is, maybe like 2 weeks, and then that's like probably around 2 weeks is when we'll have the election for that. And then, so maybe the next meeting, I'll probably at the next meeting. Can we do it at next meeting, is that possible?
Yeah, if you wanna have nomination packages closed by, say, the 20th of September, and then
Yeah, let's do that. We have to approve it, but. And then, yeah, we can do it, because then at least we'll like be in one room and then this candidates can come. Yeah. Yeah. All right, any more questions? No. Okay. And I'm assuming you guys can also run as well. If you want. If you want for it. If you did want to run, you can do it. All right, so do we need to do like a motion to,
yeah, motion to open the nomination period, have nomination packages due on the 20th, and then hold the by-election.
all right, can I get a motion that the board of directors, approve that the nomination packages for the board of governors by-election due on September 20th, and then that the election been on September 23rd after the board meeting? Motion by Russo, seconded by Vice Chair Michael. Oh wait, I'll get the back ones. I'm sorry guys, I keep forgetting about you. I'll get you guys next time for this one. All right. All right, so that's motion by Russo, seconded by Vice Chair Michael. Any discussion on the matter? All right, we can move into voting. All those opposed? All those abstaining? And all those in favor? That vote passes 0-0 to 11. All right, so we'll move on to the in-camera session. Can I get a motion that the board of directors proceed to an in-camera session? Motion by Director Tariq, seconded by Director Spiritu. Any discussion on the matter? All right, we're ready to voting. All those opposed? All those abstaining? And all those in favor? Okay, vote passes. 0-0 to Noah. All right, thank you. We'll see you guys in teams.